Hello there, Libra. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for Libra for September of 2021. For everybody who's new out there, we pull 4 cards for the month. We'll use the bottom card on the deck like an overall view of the month, and we will pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a weird speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. Makes all you Libras name Frankie for the time of the reading, I suppose. Now, look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You're going to get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I really don't think that these cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as an overall view. Now we have interesting words here. So I kind of want to say, before we even start, maybe this is going to be a month to like stand in our own power, stand up for ourselves, say what we mean and mean what we say. Because we have actually just one real tough card. But with those words, it's telling me to think a little bit differently, I'm supposed. And I think there's going to be some things that change and some things we're going to have to just stand up and state how we feel or what we see as facts or what is going on. It makes me feel almost like people aren't listening to us because we're being too laid back. And I don't think this is the time for us to be laid back, because our first card here is an interesting card. It's this two of rods cards, or 2 of wands, and this is kind of a strange card because it tells us right off the bat there's something odd about it, something unexpected, some kind of unexpected thing is going to enter into the situation at hand, something which we had not planned for. Our plans did not make any room for this, so there's an element of surprise that comes along with this. So that, I think this card is what's making me think, along with the words that, are words that we have, that we're really going to have to stand our ground. So with this, we're saying yes to some kind of a new enterprise with the expectation. Usually rods are business finance, so we have an expectation we'll achieve like ownership of this, or wealth, or maybe good fortune because we're doing this, or it's a sense of waiting for our ship to come in. We have a plan. We're waiting for our ship to come in. So we started something and we're awaiting the results of what we started. But we're going to have to deal with some kind of an unfortunate obstacle or opposition. These are odd things, like we're planning on this bank loan for something and it doesn't come through, or support we were counting on in some way just doesn't happen. But we've decided we are doing this no matter what. So we've kind of set our feet in the concrete and we're waiting for it to set up. So we're using this as a means of validating our own self, period. So that makes the card feel even stronger. So when I see this particular 2, it tells me have a backup plan. And the only 2 things I ever think of is, let's say I'm going for a bank loan I want a new car, I'm going for a bank loan. So I go to my bank and I say, I've been banking here 20 years. They're like, you aren't going to have a problem at all, Libra. Just, go get your car, blah, blah, blah. You've been here a long time. It's all good, And then I go to get the loan and the bank turns me down. The bank I've been banking with for 20 years are like, Libra, sorry, money's tight right now and we're not giving it out, period. So what I would have done is, because I've been forewarned about this card, I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. Basically, we have the word purification down here. I'm going to go to other banks too and make sure maybe one of them has a better interest rate, a better deal, but I get pre-approval. The other thing that comes to mind is I'm going out on my own because this is like something we started. I'm going to do this or do that. I have half the money put together, but I need some more bucks or the other half. So people are really interested in the project that I'm thinking of doing. And I'm thinking to myself, well, there's Nancy, George, and Larry. I like Larry, so I'm taking Larry. He's going to be my partner. But the other people are good people. But the end thing, Larry looks me in the face right when it's time to start and says, I'm sorry, Libra, I got to back out. I just don't want to spend the extra money right now. And I'm like left holding the bag. These are just examples of things that can happen with this Two of Rods energy that pop in my mind. So I go ask George. George was just as good. I just seemed to like Larry better. But obviously, Larry's not holding to his word and changed his mind. So I should have used some better discernment here, like our words. And I should have wished Larry was more honest because he was just basically building me up or leading me down the rose-colored path or whatever you want to say. He's leading me down a trail that wasn't an honest place for me to be. But I do have these other people, so I have the backup plan. Because twos are always choices that we're making. And we have two twos in here this time around. So I'd be thinking along those lines, like have my backup plan, whatever this is, make sure I did my due diligence. Maybe Larry's done this to other people before at the last minute because he has big bucks and he can mess around with their feelings. Who knows, Because our next card here is the Tower card. And this card, most people see it as really, really negative. No, lightning's not striking us and fire's not burning our house to the ground. But it's some type of disruptive adversity that we have to face, but we're facing it for the better. Just like I said at the beginning of this reading, stating whatever it is we want. Most people don't like, change. And this card's going to bring about some kinds of change because sometimes there's some kind of loss, like Larry backed out of the deal at the last minute. It could be personal, it could be financial, it could be the breakup of a relationship or a marriage, things along that line. And we see them as this horrible, catastrophic event we didn't even know was coming. But if we would have looked around us ahead of time, we would have been honest with ourselves most of the time. This energy, we could have saw it coming. So we'd have been prepared for it or confronted it or made whatever changes we had to make before it ever hit. Because usually with this, whatever's being destroyed has basically served its purpose. And it's got to be, and it needs to go. It's got to be done away with. It's no longer a good thing for us to have in our life. It happens a lot of times we pull a tower when we get stuck. We're stuck and know we have to make these really needed changes, but we have this urgency. We got to break free and we got to do it right now. So it's anything that's restricting or limiting our future. So I'm going to say speak up for ourselves. Keep our little discernment on, know who I'm dealing with. What am I dealing with at this time? What is the truth, basically, of this situation? And if I see something, I call it out as it happens instead of trying to make nice, make everything perfect for everyone else and I'm the person in the middle of the mess, basically suffering. So if we're thinking about we're looking out for us, we've got to do that this month. So it means standing up on our own 2 feet and saying truth, because our next card here is the King of Cups. I was going to say our next cup is the King of Cards. Anyhow, it's a good card. Look how his face is really bland. This is not a warring king. He stands with his people. He does not lord over the people. So it's going to be male or female, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. So male or female, because these are general readings, so can't hone it down to just a male. Because if I'm a male watching this reading, this could be someone that I really love, the woman I'm in love with, or the man I am in love with. So it's someone who's kindly disposed towards us. They're like the kindest parent we ever had. So it could represent one of our parents in our own life, right? Or someone that we want a relationship with. And I can see this relationship card coming up in this reading also. So whoever this person is, whether it's a friend or an advisor, could be someone we go to for advice, it could be a lover, they are utterly trustworthy. So we can depend on them to be there whenever we need them. So think about who's there for me whenever I need it, when I'm down and out. They're really reliable. It's a real good, mature energy for us. It could be a man of culture or a person that's very cultured, or someone who's very, very creative. It also could mean, if it isn't a person, an actual person, it's a situation around us that's really favorable, especially if it's something creative or some type of maybe an artistic type of pursuit that would, that we're doing. Maybe that's what our Two of Rods energy is about. If it's something artistic, or some of us could be getting called up to stand in that kind of energy, be utterly honest and truthful and, trustworthy in any given situation. Whatever it is, we're going to manifest what we need and release what we don't need and stand up for ourselves this month, because I think we're very resilient, like this thing here, and we've cried more than enough tears about having to back off all the time. Eventually, I guess it will get to us. Let's put it that way. We're very romantic energy. We love people to get along. So we'll do about anything so that everybody gets along. So our next card here is the Magician, which is excellent for manifesting. So it's a time of new beginnings, new choices. It means someone who is willing and able to manipulate some type of situation in order to achieve a desired end. So it's about leadership potential, and the tools for whatever action we have to take are at our disposal. So we already have those tools in our hand. But there's a caveat with this, and that Tower card's in there. The caveat is, if I use the tools if I use the tools to an improper end, everything is going to backfire right in my face. So that word down here, honesty, is really, really going to be important to us, and again, standing up for ourselves. So it's time for us to evaluate, what can I use in this situation that I have at my disposal, and to relate them properly to whatever it is. We're all different Libras, So whatever it is that I'm aiming at, my personal thing or my personal goal this month, if that makes any sense. What is it that Two of Rods energies bringing to the forefront for me? So really think about that and think clearly about how I want it to work out. Because I don't want to get with people that are not trustworthy and honest and loyal to me, because I'm always standing in that kind of energy. And I'm always thinking, and I'm usually always thinking the very best about everyone around, kind of seeing another through my eyes, my value system, the way I would feel about things, instead of seeing them the way they are. So discernment important, stating whatever it is that I need, want out of the situation, releasing and changing and speaking up for myself, anything that no longer is serving me or preventing me from moving forward in my life. Because our next one here, so this could be a relationship reading, it could be something to do with friendships around me, or it can be like a work energy or entrepreneur. We got a lot going on here. Next is the Two of Cups, so we have two twos. Twos are, like I said, about choices. So this card's nice. Two of Cups means some kind of coupling of some sort coming in, a union of any sort. There's harmony in the air, people are getting along. There, it may be like the honeymoon stage of a relationship where everything's going right, and I feel like nothing in the world can go wrong. But, alternatively, it's an old relationship around us that maybe can gain some kind of a new harmony now. So we're moving in tandem with another person, and everything's going smoothly for us. Whether it's love, it can be a new love, it can be friendship, it can be an old love coming back into our life, but we're the mutual admiration society. No, honey, you're the best. No, honey, you're the best. It's that kind of energy, whether it's a friend or a lover or old partner that's coming back into my life. Ordinarily, it refers to like a new match between the sexes or a new partner coming in, but it also can mean any type of joining of another sort, even down to, like I was saying to you before about that business proposition that I had Larry involved in, and then he backs out at the last minute. But we have words of warning here: release, purification, and discernment. And Spirit was telling us in the beginning, keep our eyes open. We still have that Tower card in there. Note what people are saying and doing. Pay attention, stand up, do whatever it is that we have to do to state what our case, or what we truly want in our life. Our angel card is assertiveness. Stand up. The King of Cups energy normally wouldn't be the type to just stand up, because they're not going to war. They're not an attack card, but they're telling us this month right off the bat, before we even looked at the cards, speak the truth, be honest with the partner, things like that, and say what you need to say. We don't have to be aggressive to do that, and we're not being bad people because we're standing there up for ourselves. It says this situation can be healed gently and with love as you've requested, yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with other people involved. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. That's actually a really good card for us to have to go with this reading this month. Because normally we're not real assertive. We would rather everything go flow nice, be balanced, and we'll do whatever we can to make sure that things go well and everybody's happy. This month, not so much. Even the feeling, even with that King of Cups and it kind of gets a little cockeyed because of the Tower card in there and that unexpectedness of the Two of Rods. It says you drew this card because you're asking about a situation where you felt victimized. The angels are saying that the situation can only be rectified if you clearly communicate your needs and expectations to others. It's possible to be both angelic and assertive. If you call upon the angels for courage and guidance whenever you intend to speak your truth. With practice, loving assertiveness becomes easier. Face the situation directly. That's what the Tower card's telling us. Read a book, take a class on assertiveness training. Replace aggressive or passive-aggressive behavior with assertiveness. Handle conflict with honesty and love. Tell the truth to yourself and to others. This situation is an opportunity for personal and spiritual growth. That's interesting. That is really interesting. It's odd lay of cards because on the outside it all looks good, but there's a few little tumbles in there. But I think we're going to make it out okay. Just remember, let go of whatever's holding us back. Be assertive. State what it is we want, honest. And the other thing is, we're done crying. Use our discernment. We're pretty tough cookies if we're forced into this kind of situation. We can handle about anything. Well, Libra, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I read them, each and every one of them. I really appreciate them. And if anybody wants to know more about me, just go Neb about me. Or if you need an appointment with me, all of the information is down below the screen in the About section over at the website. And over at the website are 2 short videos. One explains a prayer class, the other the sutra classes I put out there for you. Prayer class tells you how and why you format prayers the way you do. The sutras are simple thought forms. You put them in a meditation. It takes 5 minutes a day. It enhances all the clear perceptions dramatically. But videos that explain that are over at the website. So to all of you I met through 5 whole years of YouTubes now, everybody I've met through 33 years of this work, I want to tell you all it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. Hopefully I will see you back here next month. Bye-bye.